slap me and I'll slap your back. Where my warriors at? Revolt like the militant Malcolm X with the red, black, and green Marcus Garvey on my chest. Revolt like the great one Nat Turner with the guard you nows, hammers and burners. Revolt like the militant Malcolm X with the red, black, and green Marcus Garvey on my chest. Revolt like the great one Nat Turner with the guard you nows, hammers and burners. 7 heads, 10 horns, self-power, the unification of us all in the 11th hour. Death to coon cowards, motherfucker, they are enemies. Let them bullets rain like a shower for the blossom like flowers. Shine like the radiant.
All right, Bensonhurst Stories, past and present. State your name, gangster.
730.
Where you were born?
I was born between Gates, Tompkins, and Troop.
What hospital?
St. John's.
All right, I'm doing a documentary on the racism growing up in Marlboro Project.
But I lived in Marlboro.
Oh, all right. That's what's up.
Rock.
30 Avenue V, 30 Rock.
The Rock, baby.
All right. Yeah, like I said, we doing a documentary on the adversities and how the Italians used to run down and try to oppress us. And like certain things coming from school, doing an errand for our mother, going to Coney Island, going to Bay Parkway, So tell us how it was growing up as a child, juvenile, adolescent in Marlboro, Bensonhurst, Brooklyn.
I came out here in like 79 from Bedford-Stuyvesant. Really didn't have too many interactions with white people. When I came out here, it was a totally different environment. It was crazy. It was like it was a bunch of blacks, and we were confined in this 28 buildings, one section.
Italians still lived in the project, and they were still there when I grew up there. And I guess it was the red line where started to get loans from the bank, and they could grow, and they left.
We couldn't go across the street. There's Italians right across the street from me, because the projects used to be Italian, but they moved out of the projects and moved us in the projects, and we just stayed like surrounded. So this is 79 when Howard Beach.
In sorrow and anger, dozens of blacks massed in the white middle-class neighborhood of Howard Beach to mourn the death of Michael Griffith, a 23-year-old construction worker.
Going down Yusuf Hawkins.
All right, so check it. When Yusuf Hawkins got killed, how did you feel when you heard the news of Yusuf Hawkins?
Bad, cause come on, all my life I lived out here between racism. Dealt with white people that said they was my friends, but they wasn't really my friends.
When that happened right there, it's something that should have never happened.
When Yusuf Hawkins and the death of Will Yusuf Hawkins and the death of Willie Turks on Avenue X, how did that make you feel?
That made me feel like things ain't changed. That made me feel like all this, what Martin Luther King fought for, what a lot of our black brothers and sisters fought for, it ain't nothing changed but the years.
Truthfully, it's like, we've been going there, and we lived out in Marlboro. That's an everyday occurrence. That's an everyday occurrence.
At that time,
it's an everyday occurrence. If you got caught on a certain block or, at the wrong time, it was bound to happen. You know what I'm saying? Truthfully, I want to say he just didn't know nobody.
Was that the same feeling when you heard about Willie Turks down on Avenue X?
Yeah, and I believe that was before Yusuf Hawkins.
Yeah, that was before
Yusuf Hawkins, but it didn't get that much attention. Al Sharpton didn't march for that, I don't believe.
He marched though.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, this is another question I ask our brothers, right? We all know you had a fight with a black man before. Did you ever have a fight with a white man, white guy?
Definitely.
Did it feel the same as fighting a black man?
Nah, it's a. I'm not gonna say it. a deep hatred, but you know, you fighting for more than just like, you know, just physical harm. It's like a disrespect, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You fighting for more than just like, you know.
When they started smoking crack,
How did the white people react when crack came out? How was the racism still as that, or was it?
But the thing is, you know, when crack came out, that was like in '85. You know, they had to come into the projects to get the crack. So now the same white boys and, you know, motherfuckers that was chasing you down and shit like that had to come inside. You know, it's retribution.
they ran. They went back to Avenue U, back down the Kings Highway. Kind of like when the drugs, you know, the white boys were coming into the projects.
Yeah.
Now we did. The time was, yeah, like one white boy we stopped. Music, it was Halloween. Like, I'm just coming through a couple of players. Yeah, we understand that, but you still gonna get your ass beat. Just because the shit y'all did to us.
It was retribution, you know what I'm saying? And that went on for many years. But then, you know, as I don't want to say like crack sort of like broke the barrier, but you know, it did bring blacks and whites together in a certain aspect. You know what I'm saying?
It did.
In a certain aspect where it wasn't racial, because now it's business, and then, you know, you form certain bonds with certain people, and then, you know, people are human. So like, it don't matter the color at a certain time and point. So, you know, certain white motherfuckers was like, you know, white people. You're in the hood, come through the hood, and nothing happened.
Before we wrap this up, do you have any stories about white boys where you had to run down on them to defend yourself, where they chased y'all down, you had to get out by the hair, the nick of time or whatever? Give me a story about that.
Sports, we whipped their ass, it turned into fights. But the one thing that I did, I said, you know what? I'm not fighting y'all no more. I got a better way to show y'all. So I made my first girlfriend, Anne-Marie Fortunato. Italian chick. They was tighter than a frog's ass underwater.
I got a story out there with me and my man.
You could say their names.
And Pig, my man
All
Pig.
right.
You know what I'm saying? We I think it was me and Pig, and it was a couple. Who else was it? It was me and Pig. So me, Pig, and there was another guy with us too. So, you know, when we went to Lafayette.
Went to Lafayette for high school. It used to be one door. We had one door to get in and one door to get out by the handball court, right? All blacks had to go there. I mean, people from Coney Island, Bed-Stuy, everywhere. Everybody black and Hispanic had that one door to get out. So
you know, I don't know if you know anything about Lafayette, but it's in Bensonhurst. It's a black and white integrated school. You know, we live right across the street from the, you know what I'm saying? The school's across the street from the project. So, you know, one side of the school you could come out on, and the other side leads out to the white section. So they go out that door, we go out this door. When you go to lunch, you know, if you go in a certain way, it's a certain block that they walk on, a certain block that we walk on. If you walk on that block, something like will happen, you know what I'm saying, and vice versa.
You was by yourself, them white boys was gonna punish you.
So one day, you know, we end up just walking on their block. So it was a bunch of white dudes standing there, you know.
Were they teenagers or men?
Oh, they didn't go to the school.
All right.
They didn't go to the school, so they had to be older.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was a bunch of them, and it was just me and my man, you know. And we were walking, they were clogging up the sidewalk. Kind of disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, that they didn't part for us, you know what I'm saying, so we can get by. So that was the disrespect right there. Like, you know what I'm saying, we had to basically had to walk around them, and, you know, they clogging up the whole sidewalk. So my man just walked straight through them. So as my man walked straight through, you know, they got on his bumper. You know what I'm saying? What else can I say? They got on his bumper. So it wasn't really much I can do, because it was too many of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they was on his bumper. I was behind him, so like they all like rushed on him. So as I look, I see one of them standing off to the side. So I dropped my books and started wrecking on him. You know what I'm saying? They beat my man up, I'm gonna beat their man up. You know what I'm saying?
Actually.
So, you know what I'm saying? I started giving him the business. He started screaming, you know. They jumped off Pick, jumped on me. You know what I'm saying? We scuffling. By the time, you know, security and everything break it up.
When I cracked him over the head, it started a big racial war. I got kicked out of Lafayette.
And, you know, we had a little sit down with the counselors and the vice principal and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? To kick us out of school because we started race riots and stuff like that. So, you know, it was crunk, man.
All right, all right.
Going back to Ceflo, the junior high school.
All right, before I wrap this up, like I asked all my peoples, do you have any words for the youth that may not see the racism that's going on, how we seen it, but even though it's going on, do you have a kind word for them, a word, some jewels for them?
Oh yeah, definitely. I got to say to them, man, is black survival, man. You know what I'm saying? Killing each other is like, you know, you might as well just work for them. You might as well work for them. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. That's all I get out of it, really. You know what I'm saying? We're hated so much. You know what I'm saying? It's too much for us to hate us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We already got so many outside forces trying to bring us down, oppress us, and then we're gonna be the worst ones to do it.
All right,
it's smarter than that.
It's another question before I forget. Would you be white for 2 years for $4 million?
I should have said I'd be white. $4 million.
Yo, slap me and I'll slap your back. Where my warriors at? Revolt like the militant Malcolm X with